So in this video, we are going to learn how to create Privyr client on Razorpay payment. So if you are using Razorpay as a payment gateway and you are using Privyr to match all of your leads, then this automation is going to help you a lot. So using this automation, whenever we are going to capture a new payment in Razorpay, automatically the customer who made the payment will be added as a new client in Privyr. If you want to learn how you can automate this process, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Razorpay to Privyr. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on. Where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window. So that every time we receive a new payment on Razorpay, automatically the details of that newly received payment will be captured, will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And then using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send those new payment details with the details of the customer who made the payment to Privyr, so that we can add that customer as a client in our Privyr account, in Privyr CRM. So let's see how it is done. Now here in trigger window, in Choose App, search for Razorpay. Just select it. And then in trigger event from the drop down, select the trigger event as payment captured. After selecting our trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect. So what we have to do, we just have to copy this webhook URL from here and follow the help text given below over here. After copying this webhook URL, go to your Razorpay account and from the left sidebar, just scroll down and click on Developers option over here. After coming to this Developers page, click on Webhooks and then click on this Add New Webhook button. Now after this box appears in front of us, in which the first thing it asks us is the webhook URL. That what is the webhook URL on which we want Razorpay to send the data of a new payment. So just now Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. We have copied this webhook URL from here and now we have to paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, it is asking us for the secret and alert email. So if you want, you can ignore these fields as they are not required fields for now. And then at last in active events, we have to select an active event named as payment.captured. Here you can see this particular event. Now here in the help text given in Pabbly Connect, it is clearly mentioned that which active event we have to select, payment.captured. And we have selected the same event over here. Now just click on Create Webhook. After clicking on Create Webhook, here you can see that this webhook URL is now successfully added in our Razorpay account. Now after this, what we have done, we have successfully completed the first step of setting up this automation. We have successfully connected our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect in such a way that whenever a new payment will be captured in our Razorpay account, the details of that same payment will be received inside Pabbly Connect. Now here in Pabbly Connect, it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some data, some response of a new payment being captured from Razorpay. So what we have to do, we just have to make a test payment on our Razorpay account. I'll just go to the payment page section of my Razorpay account and I will make a test payment on any of my payment page. So here for example, I have this payment page over here. Just copy the link of this payment page from here, go to a new tab and paste it over here. And now you can see that that payment page opens in front of us. And at this payment page, I'm asking the customer some details like their name, email, phone number, address and all. And also I have added a field of product over here. In this field, I have a drop down with a single product and this is the exact same product for which we have created this payment page. Social media marketing tutorial. This is just an example. Now why I have added this field of product with a single field, with a single product over here. We will discuss this in a couple of minutes. But first, let's make a test payment and enter the details of a test customer over here. these are the details. This is the email address. Now this is the mobile number. The address, city is for example Bhopal, country is India, and this is the PIN code. Now let's click on pay over here. Now because we are in the test mode of Razorpay, we are going to make a test payment. Let's enter the test card details, the customer name and CVV. Click on pay now, pay without saving the card. And because we are making this test payment for a successful payment, we will click on success. And this is it. Just now you can see that we have received a new payment on our Razorpay account. And here you can see the payment details. Now because we have connected our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow, we will get the details of this exact same payment. Here in the trigger window, we have received the response, and in this response, you can see the same detail. Here you can see the same product name which we have selected in the field of product over here. Now here you can see the same PIN code, mobile number, the response of the name of the customer, email address, country, city and address. Also you can see the payment method, that was card. We have used a test card while making the payment. Then we will scroll down further and here you can see some other details too. Now here you can see the amount of the payment as well. But we made the payment of 400 rupees. But the response of amount which we have received seems to be 40,000. There are 2 extra zeros in this response of amount. Now this is because while sending the webhook response, while sending the details of a new payment, Razorpay does not support the decimal value. That is why here you can see that we have received the amount of payment without this decimal point. That's why it is showing us 40,000 instead of 400 rupees. So we are going to correct this amount as well. So here guys, you can see the first step is successfully completed now. We have received the details of a new payment from Razorpay inside Pabbly Connect. Now here in this response, we have received the name of the product over here in response. So we have created a field of product name, and in the drop down, we have added the same product name for which the customer is making the payment. We have added this because while sending the new payment details, Razorpay does not send the details of the product or the payment page name of the payment page for which we are getting the payment. For example, if you have created 5 different payment pages for 5 different products in your Razorpay account, now Razorpay is going to send the details of new payment for each and every page or each and every payment you receive. So we don't have any segregation that for which particular payment pages order we want to add that customer as a new client in Privyr. So let's take an example, like we have selected this particular payment page of social media marketing tutorial. Now I want that the customer who are making the payment or the payment which I'm receiving from this particular payment page, I want to add only those customers, only those clients in Privyr. So here guys, what we are going to do, we are going to add a filter condition in our automation workflow. Like here in response, we have received the response of this product name. So we are going to add a filter, like if the product is this particular product which we have added in the drop down field of our payment page, then only in that case that particular customer from that product or payment page will be added as a client in Privyr. So to add this kind of filter conditions, just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in choose app, select filter over here. After selecting filter by Pabbly, here in select label from the drop down, we have to select this label of this name of the product, the response label which we have received for this product name. We have to select this label over here. So here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Razorpay. And out of all of these responses, select this response of product name. Then the filter type is going to be equals to, and here in value, we have to enter the exact same product name which we have given in the drop down field. So we are just going to copy this name from here and paste it over here. And then just click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see that it is showing us the condition is true, that the filter condition which we have added is true. This means the response which we have received for this particular label, this is it, is equals to this particular value which we have entered over here. So here guys, in this way we have added this filter condition, and we made sure that only the customers who are making the payment for a particular payment page in Razorpay will be added as a client in Privyr. So here after this, what we want to do, we want to add this user as a customer in Privyr finally. For that, just scroll down, click on this add action step button, And then here in Choose App, search for Privyr. Just select it. After selecting Privyr, in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Create Client, click on Connect, and select Add New Connection. So here we have to connect our Privyr account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter an authentication token from our Privyr account. Now you must be thinking how we are going to get this authentication token. So to get it, just go to your Privyr account, go to this integration section, and after coming here, just scroll down and click on this webhooks option. Go to Configure. After coming to this webhooks configure page, here you can see our authentication token of your Privyr account. Just copy this token from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And then just click on Save. And as we click on Save, we will see our Privyr account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the name. That what is the name of the client which we want to add in Privyr. So from Privyr guys, we have received the details of the customer who made the payment, like the name of the customer. So from these responses, we have to map this response of customer name over here in this field of name because we want to add them as a client over here. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in the drop down from Razorpay responses, select this response of first name and map it. After mapping the first name, just add a space between them and then from the drop down, map the last name as well. After mapping the name, the next thing it asks us is the lead source. That what is the source of this lead? So I'm going to add a lead source as Razorpay because we are setting up this automation between Razorpay and Privyr. Then it is asking us for the email, like what is the email address of this particular customer. So just click here. From Razorpay responses, we have received the response of the email address as well. While making the payment, customer entered their email address. So from that response, map the response of email and then map the response of phone number over here. We have mapped it. Now after this, here you can see that we have a field named as key. Now, if you want to add some kind of custom data to Privyr of the customer details of the client details, you can use this field of key for that. Now, how you can use this field of key? So here you can see we have 4 basic fields of details like name, lead source, email, and phone number. But from Razorpay, we have also received the details of the address of the customer. We have received their address too with the zip code. And we also want to add these details of a new client while creating the client in Privyr. But we don't have any field of address or any kind of custom field to add new data over here. In that case, you can use this field of keys inside Pabbly Connect action. What you have to do, you just have to turn this mapping button on in front of it, and here you just have to clear the default response. After clearing it, all the custom fields which you want to add in this action, you have to enter the name of those custom fields, those keys over here. For example, I want to add a custom field of address over here. So I'll just write address. Then I want to add a field of city. After a comma, I will write city. Then I want to add a field of country. So I will be writing country and then pin code as well. So I wanted to add 4 custom fields over here in this action. So here in this key field, we have turned the mapping button on and we have added comma separated values, comma separated names of those 4 custom fields which we want to add. After entering these details, you will see 4 fields with the same name will be added. So here we have added 4 fields after comma, address, city, country, and pin code. And here you can see these 4 fields. Now after entering the data in these fields, you can add this data as well while creating the client in Privyr. So we just have to map the response of address in field of this address. Just click here. From the drop down from Razorpay responses, select this response of address and map it. Then map the city as well. So from the drop down, map the response of city in this field. Then map the response of country to, let's search for country, here it is. And then pin code as well. Here we have the response of pin code. So in this way, guys, by entering any name, if you want to add any customer details, any custom details or custom keys, you can enter as many custom keys as you want and you can give any name, any field name to them. Whatever custom keys you add with using comma separated values, all of those custom fields will be added over here in this action step below that. And you can map their respective data from your trigger application over here in these fields. After mapping these details, guys, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, like the customer details and the custom field details which we have mapped over here, using these details, a new client is created in Privyr. So let's check it. We will go to a Privyr account. We will go to the clients page. Go to clients. And yes, here you can see that just now a new client is added in our Privyr account. The name of this client is demo user. The same client name, same customer name which we have added while making the test payment on Razorpay. Then after this, here you can see the same mobile number which we have added at the payment page and also the same email address. Now we have also added some custom details over here. So in this action step, we have added some custom field details in this key section, address, city, country and pin code. And after adding these fields, we have also mapped the data, entered these data over here. And here in this client details, you can see that in this note section, you can see all of those details. We have name, phone, email, then we have address, city, country, and pin code. We have added these 4 custom fields, and then we can see that the same custom field data is also over here in the client note in Privyr. Also, you can see the webhook source, the source of data as well, that Razorpay. We have added the source of this data as Razorpay over here, lead source, and you can see the same over here. So in this way, guys, you can see that we have successfully created this automation using which every time we receive a new payment on our Razorpay payment page, the same customer will be added as a new client in Privyr. Now, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. So we'll go to a Razorpay payment page and we are going to make another test payment over here. This time, let's enter the name as test user. This is the email address. Now let's enter the mobile number. This is the mobile number. Then this is the address. Cities, for example, Mumbai this time. Mumbai. And the country is India. Pin code is, this is the pin code. And that's the product. Click on pay. Then here, guys, once again, we are going to enter the details of a test card. So let's enter the test card details, expiry, test card holder name and CVV. Proceed, pay without saving. Success. So we will see just now we will be receiving a new order, a new payment on our Razorpay payment page. And here the payment is successfully done. Just now we have received a new payment on our Razorpay payment page. And we will see automatically within few seconds, the same customer who made the payment will be added as a new client in Privyr. So we will just go to our Privyr account and go to the clients page. And yes, here you can see that test user, the same customer whose details which we have just now added on the payment page, the same customer is now added as a client in Privyr. Here you can see the same name, same mobile number, same email address, and then here in notes you can see the same other details and same address, city, country and pin code. And the source of this lead is Razorpay. This means the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. Now every time we receive a new payment in Razorpay, automatically using the details of that payment, we will add the customer who made the payment as a new client in Privyr. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestions, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.